quickly lettered names one by one. It was difficult to make out the words, so dense was the fog. Thus far it had served in her favour. Now she found herself fervently hoping it would lift by morning, else she'd be going nowhere, and all her scheming would have been for naught. At the end of the dock she found her mark, and caught her breath in wonder. The ship was more splendid than she had ever imagined, sleek and powerful, the words La Belle Illusion boldly printed on its impressive bow. Compared to Alexandria's small skiff, the Sea Spray, on which she did her own covert exploring, La Belle Illusion was positively grand. Tearing her gaze from the vessel, she glanced furtively left, then right. The night was still but for an occasional shout of laughter from far away. Triumphant, the taste of victory on her tongue, she hurried up the ramp and onto the ship. She was just releasing her breath when she saw the man. He sat on the deck directly in her path. Obviously, he was here to guard the ship against trespassers. Her heart sank to her feet. How could she have been so stupid? She was trapped. Trapped! Frantically, her eyes searched for safety, any place where she could hide. But there was no escape. Her plan had failed. Tears wet her lashes as she imagined what fate would await her at home. Her mother would suffer an immediate attack of the vapours. Upon recovering, she would deliver lectures and accusations, resulting in more stringent chaperoning and a more structured life. Worst of all, it would mean a season of introductions aimed toward a loveless, empty marriage to a cold, uncaring nobleman. Life was already intolerable. Alexandria couldn't bear for it to be more so. She stepped forward, prepared to beg. Perhaps the man would take pity on her, allow her to escape and find other means of arriving at her destination. "Sir?" The word was barely a whisper. The man gave no response. "Sir?" she murmured, a bit more audibly. He responded with a loud snore. Alexandria couldn't help herself. She began to giggle. It was all so preposterous, and her nerves were taut to the breaking point. The poor man was out cold, his head sagging on his shoulder, an empty bottle lying beside him. Hardly a fearsome adversary. She said a silent prayer. The fates continued to smile down upon her. Sweeping past the ineffective sentry, Alexandria hurried to the stern of the ship, then down the cramped stairway. Here she hesitated. Which door to try? She put her ear to the widest one, listening intently. No sound came from within. She reached out hesitantly, pressed the handle, and pushed the door open. In the darkness, she could barely make out the outline of a desk and a trunk in one corner and a narrow bed in another. The bed caught her eye. Perfect. Quietly closing the door behind her, Alexandria hastened across the room and slid beneath the neatly made berth. She offered herself hearty congratulations on the excellent choice of a hiding place. Judging from the sparse contents of the room, she hoped this cabin would be unoccupied during the voyage. It would serve her well. As she settled herself on the hard floor, prepared for a long and uncomfortable night, Alexandria smiled. Her new life had begun. She was free at last. "Off on another adventure, are we?" The caustic words received no immediate reaction from the powerful, virile man who strode down the seemingly endless marble hallway of the mansion. Ignoring the butler's attempt to assist him, he flung open the heavy door and glanced toward the waiting carriage. Assured that all was ready for his departure, Drake Barrett turned cold green eyes to address his younger brother's mocking comment. "You are well aware of my intention to sail today, Sebastian," was the icy reply. The slighter, thinner man considered his brother's response. "I suppose I should be used to your comings and goings by now, Drake. Tell me, does father know you are leaving today?" Drake leaned against the open doorway, a humorless smile on his face. "Of course." "Then I need not ask what sort of mood I will find him in. We both know how he feels about his beloved eldest son, Marquis of Cairnham and heir apparent, pursuing his less than acceptable activities, now don't we?" Drake folded his arms across his broad chest. "I'm sure you will do your best to comfort him, Sebastian."